This week, the New Hampshire House voted down a bill, a parental rights bill, that would require schools to tell parents if their kids at school have changed their gender identity. This should not be complicated. This should not be controversial. And yet we live in a moment where New Hampshire's House just voted it down. This is a problem that in many cases does have to be addressed locally at the state level. There are things a U.S. president can do, however. One of the things I've said is that the U.S. Department of Education is partly responsible for this problem across our country. They tell schools across the nation that they can't get federal funds unless they adopt these toxic racial and gender ideologies. I've said I would end that, not by tinkering around the edges of the U.S. Department of Education. When you have a bureaucracy that runs that deep, you can't reform it. You have to shut it down. And I've committed to shutting down the U.S. Department of Education and then putting that money back in the hands of parents to fund underfunded school choice programs across the country, giving parents the ability to send their kids to a right school, a school that's right for them, not a school that indoctrinates them or their families. That being said, a lot needs to be done at the state level as well. And though I'm disappointed with what happened in New Hampshire this week, this doesn't have to be the end of the road. I have confidence in the legislators and the people of New Hampshire to still get this right. But it's going to take more of us to be courageous in talking openly about what was once obvious in our country, but sadly has even become controversial.